I don't understand how you say you love your country at the same time as you normalize this convicted felon, which I can say now every day.
If you average out the View hosts, among the dumbest people on television.
Sunny's dumb. Certainly not the brightest person. And what you just said just doesn't make any sense. It's just like so silly to say. It's not a well thought.
All right, folks, buckle up because we're about to dive into a crazy ride that's only getting messier by the minute. Sunny Hostin is caught up in yet another controversy, and trust me, this one is huge. So grab your popcorn, because things are about to get real juicy. Here's the scoop. Country music queen Carrie Underwood has just filed a defamation lawsuit against The View after Sunny went off on her for performing at Donald Trump's inauguration. Yep, it's as wild as it sounds. But just when you thought it couldn't get any crazier, JoeRogan steps in with a roast for the ages. He didn't hold back, calling out both Sunny and the show for turning into a sensationalist circus. And hold on, here's the twist.
It is the show that people love to hate.
Yes, that's true.
They get so much hate watching viral clips of them saying ridiculous things. I mean,
yeah.
it is a rabies infection.
The inauguration has quickly spiraled into a full-blown media frenzy, sparking fierce debates, passionate opinions, and some seriously heated exchanges. But here's the real kicker. This isn't just about politics. It's about something bigger. It's about how we, as a society, navigate differing beliefs and opinions, especially when those opinions are out in the public eye. Let's rewind for a second. Carrie Underwood has always been known for keeping her political views to herself. She's the country music sweetheart who tends to avoid controversy and stays out of public debates. So, when she announced she'd be performing at Trump's inauguration, people were stunned. Her reason? She said it was all about promoting love and unity. But, of course, the internet wasn't having it. Some fans accused her of betraying her values, while others praised her for sticking to her principles. Social media exploded, and suddenly, Carrie was right in the eye of a storm. Here's where it gets even more interesting. While many celebrities in her position might have backed down or stayed quiet, Carrie stood firm. The more she held her ground, the more intense the backlash became. Just when it seemed like things might start to settle down, The View decided to weigh in, and that's when the whole situation took a dramatic turn. It's country music after all.
I'll tell you right now, I wouldn't do it, even though I can't sing.
You would not sing?
No, I would not. I would not normalize him. And she says, I love our country. How do you love your country and support and normalize somebody who was a convicted felon who really wants to destroy the country, in my opinion? I don't understand how you say you love your country at the same time as you normalize this convicted felon, which I can say now every day.
A lot of my family voted for Trump. They love the country and vote for him. I think that people make these decisions for a lot of reasons.
Okay, fine. And I would not be the person to say don't do it, because I believe in free speech and everything about it. I personally would not do it. No one's asked me, but that's another story.
I would love for you to do a roast at the Trump inauguration.
Yeah.
Okay, no one else had any.
In a recent episode, Joy Behar didn't hold back. She went straight for Carrie, questioning whether her performance was truly about unity or just a politically charged move. And let me tell you, that comment sparked a firestorm. The conversation on set immediately erupted into chaos, with each panelist picking a side, and the debate quickly spilled over onto social media. Millions of viewers watched as the fireworks unfolded, and the internet was buzzing with opinions flying in every direction. But here's the real twist. Carrie, staying true to her graceful nature, refused to engage. Instead of firing back with a heated response or getting sucked into a public feud, she let her actions speak for themselves.
Carrie Underwood has spent most of her career avoiding political talk, but she's set to perform at the upcoming inauguration. She said in the statement that she's doing it because the country must come together in the spirit of unity and look to the future. And lots of her fans aren't thrilled about it, but lots of her fans are. So let's put this in perspective here. What do y'all think?
I personally hope we're moving beyond the era of politics where we want to cancel people's livelihoods because we don't like their politics. And whether it was the Dixie Chicks for criticizing George Bush, didn't agree with it then, and Carrie Underwood, if you have a problem, you register your complaint by not downloading her songs and not going to her shows.
Right.
But I also think from a business standpoint, it's not a bad decision for Carrie Underwood. 75 million people voted for Trump. Artists tend to skew left-leaning, so she's overnight going to become an icon of MAGA and the American right. She's probably going to make a lot of money off of it. So I get why she did it.
Others were left questioning whether her decision to perform was, in fact, a betrayal of her fans and values. But the story doesn't end there. Enter country music icon John Rich. He took to Twitter to defend Carrie, calling her a true artist who shows grace and class in the face of hate. And John, who's no stranger to voicing his political views, wasn't alone. Fans from all over the political spectrum rallied behind Carrie, emphasizing that, even if they didn't agree with her decision, they respected her right to make it. One fan even tweeted, "I don't agree with her politics, but I respect her decision to sing at the inauguration."
I'm not even going to tell you what I'm doing. Don't worry. I'm not telling. No, because it was always in the books. Who knew this was going to be the day that it chose? Because it's also a very interesting day, right? The 21st.
Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
And you can choose to celebrate it how you want. You can honor MLK.
I'm going to honor him and at the spa.
At the spa.
Well, as long as it's a free country and it holds, I would agree with everybody. It is a free country at the moment.
Well, yeah. You know, but it's up to us to make sure that doesn't start to change.
Yes, right.
You know,
Well,
that's...
we're trying.
Well, we're trying, yes. And it's important not to forget that we have that right. It is up to us.
Yeah.
Now, there are other people performing too, and I don't really even want...
Things start to get even deeper. This controversy isn't just about Carrie performing at a political event. It's a snapshot of something much bigger: the growing divide in our society. Politics has increasingly become a wall that separates us, and this situation raises some crucial questions. Can we separate an artist's personal beliefs from their work? And at what point does criticism of an artist cross the line into bullying or character assassination? The drama also sparked a much-needed conversation about the role of the media. The View, with its massive platform, has the power to shape public opinion. But should they have the right to publicly question a public figure's patriotism without facing any consequences? And when does a critique turn into a personal attack? Joy Behar's comments didn't just stir the pot. They pushed the conversation into a much larger debate about the role of the media and the boundaries of free speech.
Boycotted and canceled. John Rich weighed in, saying there are several top-tier country artists who support Trump, and I wish they'd finally have the balls to come forward and be counted. Ain't nothing outlaw about keeping your mouth shut to appease the record label. Carrie Underwood is making you look like a bunch of sissy boys.
So, but then you pushed her and she said, yeah, I guess I am.
Well, I said to her, do you believe that women should make the same amount of money as men? Well, I guess I am a feminist.
Yeah, and she said, I guess I am a feminist. So I think people feel pretty strongly about it. I think art is art, and you know, you have a right to perform where you want to perform. I agree with you, Joy. I can't sing a lick, but I certainly, and I have not been asked, but if I were asked, it would be a hard no.
Well, they wouldn't ask me, so I have no...
Right, yeah.
They're not asking that.
The internet is buzzing with memes, TikToks, viral tweets, and heated debates. One meme perfectly captured the contrast between Carrie's poised performance and Joy Behar's fiery remarks. The caption read, "Grace under fire versus unfiltered rage." It's clear there's a divide. Some see Carrie's actions as dignified, while others view them as a political statement. Carrie's supporters have rallied behind her, celebrating her for staying strong and focused despite the intense backlash. They admire her for refusing to let the drama steer her off course. On the flip side, critics of The View are calling for accountability, accusing the show of stoking division instead of fostering constructive dialogue. They argue that media outlets like The View should hold themselves to higher standards and not fan the flames of division and anger. Then there's a growing group in the middle, people who are just tired of all the outrage. They're calling for a shift, urging everyone to take a step back and stop turning every debate into a battlefield.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of...
This whole situation is also shining a light on something much deeper. It's about standing firm in your beliefs, even when it's not popular. Whether you agree with Carrie's politics or not, one thing is clear: she's not backing down, and that takes guts. As for The View, this raises some big questions about the role of the media in shaping public opinion. Sure, talk shows like The View have the right to express their views, but the bigger issue is whether they've crossed the line from critique to personal attack. Have they gone too far in how they treat public figures? And what does that say about the state of the media today? Now, we want to hear from you. Was Carrie Underwood right to perform at Trump's inauguration, or do you agree with The View's criticism? Do you think the media should be held accountable for fueling divisiveness, or is it just part of the landscape we live in today?